So welcome to this week's Diploma Discovery session. And I'm going to be sharing all sorts of digital marketing trends, insights, and how to really prepare yourself for the future, because future-proofing your skills is going to be invaluable because it does two things. It makes you in demand by employers, but also it makes you stand out with your peers. Now, when we look at all sorts of digital marketing trends, I think one of the things that is quite difficult for people to get a handle on is, what are the digital skills that we need to be learning right now for business today? Because it's all about being a proficient digital marketer for today's business world. It's all very well learning SEO, social media, all of those skills, but unless you can actually put them into practice, then it's not going to gear you for business today. Now, my role and job is all things digital. I have been working in digital marketing for the past 20 years, literally since the internet began. And I started as a programmer and soon realized that programming was not the key career for me. But I was so interested in digital marketing. And because it was new, I was fascinated about how you could reach your target market, engage with your audience, and really kind of see how people would be connecting over the internet. Now, back 20 years when I was working in the world of digital marketing, it was a bit different. There were not the same digital marketing tools, but that's where my whole sort of fundamentals came into play from being a programmer, because those skills sort of lent themselves to me being able to build websites, to really understand not just the technical side of things. I was fascinated in the consumer journey. So psychology and marketing were the three things I was really into. But then I thought, well, how can I take my interest in the tech side of things, marketing, and also psychology, and utilize that in business today? Well, the great thing is that digital marketing was just starting out then. And I was an early adopter in the world of digital marketing. And for me, it was so important that we built a bridge so that people could see digital, not just as tech, not just as programming, but as this really powerful tool to reach and attract their customers or potential customers online. And the great thing with digital is there was no monopoly. There were businesses who were fairly new, fairly small, but they were managing to utilize online marketing and social media to reach a lot of businesses and get into businesses that they'd never been able to do before. Because with cold calling, picking up the phone, those days had gone. When LinkedIn came into play in 2002, warm calling came along. And what happened is it gave us the ability to get introduced to other people. It gave us the ability to not just reach people in our local area, but to have global reach. And that could be people who were a solopreneur. And that's what fascinated me. Now, as an agency, we decided very early on that we wanted to become accredited, because one thing that I saw with the world of social media and digital marketing, sadly, was that everybody thought that they could teach it. Everyone wanted a piece of the pie. Now, it was great to see people taking advantage of digital marketing, but people were being taken advantage of because people were selling not best practice, but their own understanding of digital. And, they were selling techniques of, how to get onto Google. But these were things that were really damaging to some brands. And we saw some brands actually get disqualified from Google, and that is huge. You imagine being removed from the world's largest search engine that reaches 90% of the audience. So we became an accredited study centre. Chartered Institute of Marketing was the one that we wanted to go for. Why? Because it's the world's largest marketing institute. And the thing is if people are investing in developing the digital skills and also taking their career forward or to grow the business, people wanted the assurance that not only was it best practice, it was the latest techniques and strategies, but it was business orientated and aligned, and it was accredited so that it was recognised worldwide. And that's the fabulous thing. When we talk about in today's session, the CIM Diploma in Professional Digital Marketing, the title kind of says it all, because Yes, it's accredited. Yes, it's an undergraduate degree level equivalent. So you get honorifics after your name. You get to go to a graduation ceremony in Westminster and wear your cap and gowns. And you walk out with a qualification that is solid and is highly in demand, but also is highly regarded, because a lot of people want to invest in themselves, and career and professional development milestones are one thing. But ultimately, if we're honest, there is a goal. For us, 83% of our students, over the time of the academy starting, we've trained 28,000 students. 83% of those students who graduate from the diploma will get a pay rise, a promotion, will get a new job. Now, those are the motivations. People are not motivated just purely by learning and purely by developing skills, and this is the range of opportunity that qualifications give. Now, I'm going to share my screen with you guys now. And I want to take you through the qualification in terms of really front load some of the things that we get asked a lot about, but things that are really pertinent in 2021, and things that sort of are important for you to understand in terms of the opportunities. What's going to be the trend? What are the insights that we're seeing with digital marketing, and how is COVID impacting on the world of online marketing? Because it's given us a huge opportunity. We have seen the use of social media almost triple on LinkedIn, and that has been great to watch. What also has happened, unfortunately, is that we have also seen a lot of people try and use social media who have not been consistent adopters over time. And it's fair to say that a lot of brands and businesses are not utilizing or harnessing the power of online marketing well, because if you look at social media and you look at all the platforms, we've got Clubhouse, we've got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. We're kind of saturated in terms of the overwhelm from a user point of view. Now, you need to pick one and really master that and be very good at it. For me, LinkedIn has always been my absolute, and we get 80% of our leads through there. Facebook, I utilize a lot, and a little bit of Instagram. I'm using Clubhouse. I'm using all of them to a degree. But if I really look at where our business is coming from, the fundamental thing is that if a business is investing time, money, and effort in anything, especially social media, gone are the days that fluffy marketing or brand awareness are there. We need results, and this is where, for me, digital marketing is a real revenue generator. And a lot of people have seen sales and marketing as two separate entities. For me, they go hand in hand. For many decades, we have seen marketing where people set a budget and we're looking for brand awareness, exposure, visibility. Well, they're all great things, but ultimately, if we look at social media, what is the goal? The goal is to turn your connections into clients. Not all of them, not everybody will be there to buy from you. And what I want to take you through is kind of a journey of what digital marketing is, where it's going, and the opportunities that it has. Now, feel free for anyone who's listening to the live stream, anyone who is in Zoom, please just ask questions as we go. If you can do me one favor, if you can put in the comments in the chat in Zoom and just tell me who you are and where you are based. So we've got a couple of people in Switzerland, someone here from Germany. Just put in the chat, let me know where you are based. And if you want to tell me a little bit more about yourself, by all means, feel free. But this is an interactive session. This is a discovery session for you to get your questions answered. So, as we go along, the question comes in, I will absolutely answer it and make sure that everybody has had, their questions answered by the end of the session. So the CIM Diploma in Professional Digital Marketing, we talk about this a lot as one of the key qualifications, because it really does help you stand out from the crowd in the fact that you will be ranked in the top 1% of marketers worldwide. And people will say, well, how does that happen? Well, if you think about it, if somebody is going to get an undergraduate degree specializing in digital marketing, getting themselves to a level where they're not just strategic, but they're practitioners who are proficient digital marketers, whereby, you could have your own business. You could, gear agencies or third party. You could be working for a corporate where you've got teams. This qualification is geared for all of that, because its ultimate goal is to get you to the point where you're proficient, where your actions have impact, and that marketing truly is a fundamental part of the business. And we see that digital is the hub of so many. Now, when I talk about getting ahead in your career, it's important to understand that, when you learn digital, there is one thing that is my kind of pet hate. It's talking just about theory, the high level. There's always a what to do. But when the magic happens is when somebody is not just telling you, right, this is what you need to do. We all know we need to be on social media. We all know we need to get, lead generation. But how do you do that? It's not just the process. It's knowing exactly what strategies are working right now, what tools are working right now. And that, for me, it is more important than anything, because if you know from day dot that whatever you're doing, you're not leaving it to chance, you're not testing, you can get the fastest results and the fastest return on investment by doing the right things. Proven strategy. So the way that we teach, and especially at the academy, is that we are all not just CIM trainers. We're not just examiners, but we're practitioners. We're hands-on. We are part agency in academy. So not only are we doing it for our clients, we're doing it for us. My ethos is practice what you teach. So, if someone says to me, well, can you teach SEO? Can you train our team? If I do this qualification, will I come out knowing the exact steps of, how to get on page 1 in Google or position 1? Absolutely, because you only need to go and Google this qualification. And where are we? Page 1, number 1. If you are looking at utilizing social media and harnessing that, the proof is in the pudding, because, we have about 5 million email subscribers. We have, on social media, I have about 30,000 direct connections, same in followers. These are all things that, we teach on the course, because case studies, there's nothing better than learning from something that is real life, something that you can touch and feel, something tangible. And that, for me, is such an important process, because, doing a diploma is not just learning a framework. It's not just learning how to do a digital marketing plan. It's about how to utilize that, be it whether you're an entrepreneur, a seasoned sales professional, business development, or a marketer. And you need to be able to walk into any business and be able to apply that knowledge. And that's the difference. And that's why a lot of people come to our academy looking for students, because they know that we teach from a slightly different angle. It's not just about, somebody understanding, right, this is digital marketing, X, Y, and Z. There'll be a tool, and with the ever-evolving nature of digital marketing, there'll be a tool for something that changes. Nothing stays static. And it's not the sort of thing that you can sort of learn once. You've got to keep your finger on the pulse. Now, we're using all this media ourselves. So we have a podcast, Dawn of a New Era. It hit number 17 in the entrepreneur charts globally when it came out. The reason for this is that, we know what we're doing, and the difference there is that when people say to me, Dawn, it's this big investment, I'm putting money in, can you and your team give me assurances? Well, the assurances we can give is that you have to put the effort in. By no means are you not going to be challenged. You're doing an undergraduate degree. You have to be challenged. This is going to be something that you don't just come away from and think, oh, that was a nice fluffy course. This is something that is a game changer, because if you truly understand the content and you know how to apply that, then you can use that again and again in every niche, in every industry. And it doesn't matter what age or stage you're at. The great thing is with a diploma, unlike doing, say, like an accountancy degree, is that you don't need a foundation to get in there. So many people are self-taught, right? So what does that mean? Well, unfortunately, it means that they're maybe not doing everything the right way. You have to keep in touch with the legislation, best practices, and make sure that everything you're doing is absolutely 100% the best for that brand and business. And, learning those strategies that are, correct and in use, you can start to see through case studies how that would apply to you. And the thing is when you're doing a course, it's not like you start the degree, the diploma, and you get to the end of it and you think, right, now I can implement what I've learned. From the minute that you access the CIM diploma, that first video, you'll be learning something. Every minute that you're investing, you'll be taking your knowledge, you'll be developing your digital skills. And that, for me, is an immersive and interactive experience, because when you hear something or you see something, that's one thing, it will be embedded in your mind. But when it truly resonates with you is when you do it. And the practical aspect of this course is what I love, and I think it lends itself to people who are not natural learners. People worry about doing an online course. You're going through a video where it's as much to camera as possible so that we can make it an immersive experience and feel connected to our students. But it's about carrying things out, going and testing tools, seeing how things work, getting into the nitty gritty. When we're talking about SEO, going and using the tools, we give you all the tools and they're free. You don't have to have access to your own corporate stats or analytics. It's not about that. It's about being able to utilize tools that are available in the market to understand, where is somebody at with their online presence. Now, a lot of people will say, well, who are you guys at the academy? Should I be going to university? Should I be, or college? Why are you different? And why are you training in such large numbers versus other people? Well, I think if you start from the outcome, we have a 99% pass rate. And I think if you work backwards, why that's important or how we got there is that we are teaching real world business. And we are not just obviously university lecturers, etc. We're doing this every day. I think the other thing is we're a digital agency. So, teaching a digital qualification and creating course content is naturally what we do. And I think my background, obviously, as the Academy founder of Business Consort, we started the Academy back in 2005. We've been an agency since 2000. I'm proactively, an influencer in the world of digital marketing. I got my fellowship with the Royal Society of Arts, Manufacture and Commerce because of my dedication and efforts that were recognised in social media for business. I got my publishing contracts in 2019 with Wiley, and Dynamic Digital Marketing came out, 400-page hardback that's free for everybody who's on the course, but it's available worldwide. And the CIM, it's in their recommended read for, I think it came out last year. They did a whole cover of it and put it into their shop. So for me, it's about having the resources, it's giving you the reading material, the course material and the knowledge and the understanding, but the case studies are the things that for me really stand out. Yes, the book has been awarded lots of accolades. I think probably the one that I'm most proud of is that it was Best New Marketing Book in the Global Book Authority Awards. Now, where has this all come from? Why did we get into diplomas? Well, because we're an agency, a lot of our clients asked us to train. And very early on, I designed and trademarked the dynamic digital marketing model. 8 powerful ways to market your business online. It's the whole core and fundamental of my book. But why that's important is that when we realized what businesses struggled with, this is where the book came from and the actual framework for teaching it, because it was all the things that people couldn't do. We figured out quite quickly that if people understood what the process was, the priorities, then it was a case of just implementing. I think the digital marketing is there's such a vastness. It's almost understanding, well, where do I start? What's going to get me the best return on investment? If I think about doing my social media, what does that actually mean? What does SEO mean to me in terms of actions? So that's the framework that we teach at the Fast Track Academy, which is free for all students. And the reason that we put that course in is that it's the nitty gritty. It's the demos of the tools. It's like, if you sat down to do your SEO, what is it you're going to do? What tools are you going to do? What order are you going to do it? And how do you get a 30% increase in online visibility? How do you get a 40% increase in traffic? And those are the things, because it has to be related to a goal and there has to be a benchmark for success. So when you do the CIM Diploma, the students that are coming to us are in all different walks of life and niches. Some people are working in digital, but some people are looking to get into that as a career. And the diploma, yes, is worldwide recognized. But I think the interesting thing here is a lot of people go, well, you say you can graduate in as little as 12 to 24 weeks. And earn 50 to 100,000 pounds. Well, if you go look at the salary tracker, absolutely, salary tracker for 2020, 21, 22, it'll always be the same. It's averaging at the moment about 50,000 pounds. Now, you imagine if you went to an interview or you went to a new client, as soon as you've got your honorifics and you've got the fact that you've done digital marketing, there is a social proof, there is a confidence that comes with it, and it does make you stand out from your peers. There's no doubt in that. It's about your effort and experience. If you're brand new to digital, there's no way that you can do it in 12 weeks. You're going to have to learn the syllabus, but you might be stronger in some elements than others. But the great thing is that you can learn at a time that suits you, at a pace that suits you. And that's a big thing, because a lot of people who are maybe working day to day have not got, the employers paying for it. If you're self-funding, you might have to do this in your own time. You need to be able to invest about 90 minutes, and that to me is something that's not going to detract from your life too much. It's going to make it enjoyable. The qualification, it's not about, writing essays or dissertations. You're being assessed by creating real world business documents like business strategy, marketing plans, briefing papers. And that is one of the key differences. It's so rare that in the industry of qualifications has there been something that's so aligned for business professionals. Because one thing, we know is that all the study centres, people like myself, were invited to input on the syllabus, and that's been the game changer for the whole qualification, because people want to know that if they invest, they put the time in there, they do their assignments and they graduate, that they're going to come out with the knowledge, and these are the skills that you're going to learn. Now, 60% of CIM graduates are more respected at work or given more responsibility. Of course you would be, because they have the confidence then that you know exactly what you're going to be doing. And also, I think the accreditation, there's probably a lot of people sitting there who think, well, I already know quite a lot in the world of digital marketing. We probably do, but you want to be able to kind of say that you are confidently accredited and you've been recognized for those skills, because it does make a difference. And it definitely would. If someone came to me and said, oh, I've been working in digital marketing for 20 years, or I've been working in digital marketing for 20 years, and I joined the CIM, I did, the CIM Diploma in Digital Marketing with an accredited study centre. I'm going to know, number one, they're up to date. They've learned the best skills, tools and practices they're accredited for, and someone has assessed those skills and given that accolade. The social proof is a big thing. So as I said to you, we practice what we teach. The standout here is, yes, we've got 99% pass rate. The reason for that, and I fully believe this, is that we are one of the very few, if not only, study centres that do one-to-one. Now, you might be thinking, well, how on earth, if they've got 5,000 students a year, are we doing one-to-one? We have a team of tutors who are supporting students, as well as our own team and student services. We have one-to-one support for planning your assignment. So one-to-one call to actually plan out what you're going to be doing. Now, that gets rid of about 80% of the questions, but it means you're on the right track. It means you've got the confidence behind you that you know what you're doing. You've asked all the questions. We give you videos that talk through the assignment as well, that you can listen to, which is talking about what sort of things you should be reading, what you should be researching, how to put it together. And then fundamentally, before that's submitted, we do another one-to-one feedback where we look at where you could get more marks, areas that you might need to put a bit more work into, so you've got that safeguard, knowing that it would be virtually impossible to have gone wrong on a question, or taken the focus of a question and misinterpreted it the wrong way. Now, the other thing that we have is that learning digital marketing is one thing, but there's a lot of people who are working in digital or marketing itself, or people looking to get into a career. We created the Consort Club so that they run in tandem. The Consort Club is basically your marketing mentorship that you get for a year, because it's all very well doing your assignment, but you might have stuff that you're doing in the real world, either career hunting, job hunting, doing digital marketing campaigns, doing marketing campaigns full stop online that you need help and support with. That Consort Club, I think, is the pinnacle of becoming proficient, because you're getting masterclasses, you're getting guest experts in, you're seeing it and living and breathing it. And if you're testing things out, we've got lots of people who've started their own businesses, they're building their websites, they're getting feedback, they're getting advice. Having that hand in hand has been a huge, huge asset for us as an academy, because it means that when you complete your studies as an alumni member and a graduate, you can stay on with us, or you can choose to leave. But there's that progression, because a lot of people say, well, if I do it, what's next? What's my career progression? What's my, well, your career progression, I think we've kind of covered. But in terms of if you want to do another course, when you join with CIM, if you're not familiar with it, you join as an affiliate member, and you'll notice after my name I have FCIM. That means I'm a fellow. It's an invite only. It's kind of time served and being recognized for your expertise in the world of marketing. And what happens is you start as an affiliate and then you work your way up to chartered marketer status. Now, when you do the diploma, it should push you forward if you're not already a member, full member, which is MCIM after your name. And not only are you getting your honorifics for your qualification that no one can take away, but you get this membership grade. And that shows people, clients, employers, whatever, at what stage you are in your marketing career. The great thing is you could be quite young and fast track it. Many years ago, to get chartered marketer status, I think they had sort of, you had to be like 10 years in marketing. It doesn't work like that now. It's all to do with this continuous professional development. So when you do your diploma, the thing that's been great for us is the Consort Club has allowed our students to reach that chartered marketer status by doing a set amount of hours, learning continuously, really upskilling each year, and then applying for a membership upgrade. So when we look at eligibility, it's one of those weird ones that I have maybe someone who comes to me who says, Dawn, I've been working in digital marketing for 10 years, but I'm self-taught. I don't really know if I'm doing things correctly. And I know that all the things I know about SEO are probably not the correct best practice. Well, is that any different really from teaching from the ground up from someone who understands, social media and SEO from a user point of view? So we have built in this fast track course as a foundation to ensure that it's the speed you go through the course rather than the experience. Yes, it will probably take you longer if you're less experienced. And, if you've got lots of experience, you'll probably whip through it a lot quicker. But when you're doing your assignments, it tends to take everyone about the same length of time anyway, because you're going through your assignment, you're doing research and you're doing the reading. We give you all the course materials you'll need. You'll get a hard copy of the book delivered to you. And we also give you digital copies of the books that are on the reading list. So there's nothing outside the tuition fee, etc., that you need to think about, apart from when the CIM mark your work, they charge you an assessment fee, which is 190. So for full transparency, 100%, everything is covered for your course. But when you actually submit over that 12-month period, whenever you are ready, you will have to pay CIM directly 190 to mark your work. And when you get your grade back, you do 3 assignments, and then you will get your full qualification. This is Helen. You will see Helen's story on our website. Helen has actually done multiple qualifications with us now, and she has gone to work in a variety of different industries subsequently, and she's got a really interesting story because she hadn't set out to think, I want to work in digital marketing. And then she did the diploma, got a real feel for it, and then has taken that route. So when you graduate, you go to Westminster, it's optional, and then you obviously get your certificate in your cap and gowns. It's a great way of recognizing an achievement. And with the CIM, if you choose to stay on, we pay your membership for the first year, that's all included. We actually give you £1,000 worth of bonuses, from CIM membership to the fast track to send you a copy of the book and so on. And also the Consort Club membership is fully paid for that year. You can choose to stay on or leave, and it's entirely up to you. It depends what fits you in your career. There's no right or wrong, but if you want to work in digital marketing or marketing, we would suggest that you continue with your CIM membership, which is £65 a year. We also have the study buddy groups. Now, because we have so many students, we have little cohorts of groups in these study buddy groups. Now, the great thing is that you then have connection with your tutors, and we do a live every 2 weeks. There's myself and also Mandy, who you will see within the study buddies. Mandy is our mindset coach, and you might be thinking, why have we got marketing and mindset? Well, the two kind of go hand in hand, because when you're studying, all the tutors can talk to you about, developing, your marketing and going through the course and the structure and so on. But where Mandy comes in is she's looking at, your own motivation, your own mindset, getting your plans in place. You know, if you've fallen off track a little bit, how to reinvigorate you and re-engage you in your studies. And every 2 weeks we go live. So it's as close to, you know, face-to-face as we can get, and students can ask questions. Biggest question we get asked is, you know, how long is it going to take you? Well, the minimum will be 12 weeks. The maximum is 12 months, you know, and it's down to you. We can teach you, but you have to put the dedication in. You know, you have to log into the online, you know, course material, and you have to go through it. Now it's bite-sized video lectures. Everything is through video with supporting PDFs and documents and things that you can go through. There's quizzes in there, there's practical activities, tools and worksheets that you can use. So as you're learning, you should be in quite an immersive experience where you're kind of seeing and doing all at the same time. Now, this is a great advantage. And, you know, for some of you who are not in your sort of younger years anymore, like myself at 41, a Totem student card. You can walk in or use online offers for Totem. Basically, this gives you the eligibility to get a student card. I think it's like £17 a year you pay. You can get it for like 1, 2 or 3 years, but you get all your student discounts. So if you did university and many years ago, you had a student card, or some of you have just graduated, this gives you the eligibility. And there's thousands and thousands of discounts. Co-op 10% off, which is a huge thing off of your shopping bill, you know, week to week. Now, we get asked a lot, what does the online course look like? You know, how does it work? Well, it works on everything. So, you know, laptops, PCs, mobile phone. Literally you log in and you'll see here a navigation on your left-hand side. You have a progress tracker, so you can see where you're up to. You'll also get pinged in a little email every week telling you where your progress is, just to kind of keep you reinvigorated. And as you work through each of the sections, it kind of marks them off as completed, and then you go through. So you do all your syllabus and your learning, and then you start on your journey for assignments. All the assignments are in there from day one, and we give you an 8-step study plan at the beginning, just so you can kind of like see, you know, end to end, what are the things that you're going to be doing, you know, in what order, what are the kind of rough time scales, you know, and how to get yourself through this. And in the study buddy group, we always remind you of this in a little video as well. So there's a lot of content that we post. Again, if we see articles that are useful, we'll post them into the group, so that we're, you know, keeping you abreast of any digital marketing trends or tips or insights. So when we look at where we are now and where digital is going, well, digital skills gap has been prevalent. And back when Damien Hines was Education Secretary, he identified that in the year of 2020 and 2021, that if we didn't bridge this digital skills gap, we would have 750,000 jobs unfilled. You know, that's huge. Now we know in Ireland that there's about 600 jobs going unfilled each and every month. If you go online and look at any of the jobs, 60,000 jobs in the world of digital marketing, there's one thing that they all want. That one thing is CIM. I think the reason for that is it's the world's largest institute. It's recognized, and it's worldwide recognized. It's something that is recognized by employers and industry, you know, and I think it does give you a huge advantage. You know, imagine, you know, the difference of putting on your CV. From the minute you start studying, you can put it on there that you are a studying student. You can't obviously put that you graduated, but it does have a standout difference. One of the things here, after university degrees, CIM qualifications are the most sought after by employers, you know. So when we look at the recruitment side of things, or the career development, it's huge. The key skills at the moment, SEO, social media, video and content marketing. They are skills that are on every single digital marketer role at the minute. You know, even from, you know, high level management, content marketing is key, and content marketing is king, as we know. So if you think about digital and how important it is, I would say, I would go as far to say it's central. It's like the hub of everything. You know, there is no business that's not interacting in some way online. Now, as I said, this is for people who really, really want to kind of progress in digital marketing. So it's all about mastering online marketing and social media. So the elements you cover are everything from content, social selling, social media, SEO, content, creating video, creating graphics, creating content that gets engagement, you know. and utilizing these strategies to really reach your audience, generate leads, but also nurture them through to paying customers. So the levels of marketing that you will kind of come out understanding are twofold. Kind of the level of digital marketing campaigns and understanding how to run, implement and manage, as well as analyze, utilizing analytics. One of the things people struggle a lot with analytics is, number one, I've still to meet someone who set their analytics up correctly, and that's through no fault of their own. It's Google Analytics is really clunky. But the other thing is reading a 27-page report of Google Analytics is not going to change your world unless you actually take action. So we teach a lot about how to look at your campaigns in terms of taking that insights and data and turning it into a tangible action that you can utilize to improve a campaign. Now that is something that builds a huge bridge, something that a lot of marketers can't do. The maintenance marketing, this is all about keeping your visibility, your proposition and your positioning out there. It's all about sort of maximizing and sustaining this online presence. I think it's very difficult for businesses to keep the consistency and frequency. So we teach a lot of the, how often should you post? When should you post? How do you get people to engage with your post? How do you take those people and turn them into paying customers? So there's a lot to learn. And the thing is you can glean from this diploma as much as you want. There's a level, yes, that you would take to graduate, but you can be implementing this in your business as you go. So if you're in a role or you're starting your own business, there's nothing stopping you starting on day one and doing this proactively to grow and scale your own job or business. So we look at identifying the ideal customer, connecting with target audiences, finding influencers. And it truly is, about making digital marketing easy, taking away a lot of the myths and, thoughts, especially for things like SEO. And I particularly love this quote by Warren Buffett when he says, the best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you learn, the more you can earn. Well, absolutely. I mean, this isn't just about pay rises and promotions. This is about being the best you can be and being the best at your job and role. Having the confidence. A lot of people who come to us, be it being on maternity or they've not grown up in the digital era, feel that there's conversations happening in the business world or maybe with agencies where they feel a bit overwhelmed and not understanding truly what is being said. So many people will come out with the qualifications just with knowing confidently what the terminology is. Not just, if you go to an agency and you say, right, I'd like you to do your SEO, but knowing exactly what it is that you expect them to do. That's a key thing for a strategic marketer, because how many people are driven by the agency just giving them or blindsiding them the jargon, giving them information reports and telling them they're doing it. So it's about knowing exactly when you brief an agency or a team, what to do, how to do it, what tools to use, and understanding what the expected results would be. So it's great that you can delegate, but you have to have this thorough understanding of, getting the best return on your investment in that supplier. So how does it work? There's a question that's come in here that I'm going to answer, which is basically the structure. So what happens is you join the academy, get instant access, all your materials and everything are there from day one. And it's off-call regulated. That's another question that's come in. So basically, when we talk about off-call, it's the same as doing something at university. It's on the off-call scale and framework. The investment, which is one of the other questions, always one of the questions, it's 1,249 plus that up front, or you can choose to spread it over 6 or 12 months. Now, we don't penalize students. We want to make it accessible. There's no interest on it. There's no credit checks or anything like that. It's just a case of this is the money and we spread it out. I think there's maybe a difference of about £40 and it's just the way that it works out. So you can pay over 6 months, which is £199 a month plus that, or you can pay over 12, which is just £99. The only thing you need to be aware of as you pay up front is obviously you can submit whenever you like. If you pay monthly, you need to be able to clear that fee before you submit your assignments, which, if you're in a hurry, do it over 6 months, or you can do, 12 months and submit after that point. even if you did a payment plan, you decided, well, I finished a bit quicker, you can pay the balance off, in advance of, that's fine. You pay a £99 sign-up fee. Someone said, I've just gone onto the website, there's a sign-up fee. Well, basically all we've done is taken the 1249. We've taken £99 of it as a sign-up fee, first of all, just to cover the admin and setup. And we've taken your first month payment. It still works out the same amount. It's just that we're front loading your first payment with, like, if you're doing it for 12 months, it'd be £99 sign up and £99 for your first month. So you'd be paying 198 plus VAT. So as soon as you get access, everything is there ready and available for you. So you can go as fast or quickly as you want. Someone said, I've got kids, etc. When can I study? Well, you can study at night. Once kids go to bed, there's nothing stopping you doing that if you've got a job and you want to study in the evening or weekends. Everything is there, and you go as fast or as slow as you want. And as you're learning everything, you'll be doing some reading, looking at some tools and things like that, and you'll get a feel for it quite quickly. Probably in the first couple of weeks, you'll have an idea of like, oh, I'm getting through it at this rate. I'm going to look to submit X, Y, and Z. So we do pride ourselves in the fact that there's accountability. Our students, there's loads of them students studying, in different countries. Some students who, English is not their first language. There is full accountability, and we want you to get results. So this is where the Consort Club comes in, because you can tell us, if you've actioned something, how it's worked out. So it's one thing doing your assignments, but another thing actually, testing out in real world as well. Now, finally, question that came in is, how does the team work? Well, I'm the head tutor, so in terms of when you'll see me a lot in the world of the teaching area, because I'm talking through. I teach as I speak. You'll get a feel for, me. You'll either like the style or you're not. This is why we do discovery sessions, because I feel it's really important to understand that, the way that we talk and the way that we teach, is the same throughout. You can go and look at, our social media. You can look at the YouTube channel. You'll get a really good feel for how we explain things. We're very practical and very pragmatic in terms of showing you tools. I'm a great believer in being able to take someone from showing them, this is what we do, this is how we do it, and this is why we do it, because you have to substantiate the reasoning day to day as a marketer, and also what results to expect. So we have our student team. We have Mandy Baker, who is our mindset coach, just helps students really kind of get a feel for getting through the studies, gives them tips on getting assignments and things like that, motivation. Mark Davis is one of our tutors. He's also a CIM examiner. He's our head learning manager. And he supports a lot of the groups in terms of the assignments, etc. So I've kind of given you a whistle-stop tour. Someone said, why are we different to other providers? Probably the 99% pass rate, but I would say fundamentally our teaching style, the fact that we are part agency and academy, probably the volume, and also the amount of commendations we've had from CIM. Literally every single assessment, we get a letter of commendation for outstanding results. That is something I'm very proud of, because that means that our students are not just kind of going in at base level. It means that they're actually getting distinctions. So there's one thing passing, but there's another thing, we want all the students to come out with a distinction. Of course we do, because we get commendation, we keep our 99% pass rate, and we're at the top of the league table. So I think that's probably why we're different. The one-to-ones are a game changer, as I said. Yeah, and I think probably because we're practicing what we teach, we're very much kind of living and breathing it. So we've trained lots of different clients, from people who are in teams to entrepreneurial businesses, freelancers. It doesn't matter. This sort of qualification lends itself to all sorts, from training to building societies, property. I don't think really there is an industry sector that we've not had. Because someone said, with the assignments, can I use it for charities and not for profit? Absolutely. The assignments have themes and scenarios. So you pick the one that lends itself best to where you're at and the company you've chosen. So yeah, in terms of the qualification, I think one of the key questions that comes in is that Is it for me? Is it the right thing? Do not embark on this if you're not 100%, because it will challenge you. But the thing is there's lots of other courses you can do. So if you're stuck and you've got questions, get in touch with us. We're a very transparent business. You can go on to the website, you can do live chat on there, you can call our team, you can connect with me on LinkedIn or any social media. You can go to Business Consort, or you can search for Dawn McGruer. You will absolutely be able to chat to us about whether this is the right thing. This is not about getting bums on seats. At the end of the day, if someone's not dedicated to obviously doing the diploma, we don't get our pass rates, we don't get our commendations. So it's as much in our interest to make sure this is right for you as well. Pricing. Our price guarantee means that we guarantee that we're at least 20% cheaper than any CIM study centre in the world. The reason we can say that is we price check every 12 weeks. If for any reason you found this diploma with any study centre, which I know 100% you won't, cheaper, we would not just match it, we would give you an extra 20% off for the inconvenience. We're that confident. Support, yes, unlimited after course support as well. So even when you graduate, you're still in our bubble. There's a study buddy group, as I said. There's podcasts that we have as well. So a lot of you like obviously video lectures. Some of you will like the audio. Fast track course, yes, it basically goes hand in hand with dynamic digital marketing. And yes, I will be central to that journey. Someone said, will I be teaching? Yeah, I've done all the courses, etc. And it's when we do the lives across all the study buddy groups, it will be myself who is hosting those with Mandy, and sometimes some of the other CIM tutors. So I want to open it up for questions. I'm trying to plow through questions as we go. So please, if I've missed it, just put it in the chat again. Amber's checking the live stream for me now, just to make sure we've covered everything. But if you just want to chat, and you just want to say, well, this sounds like, something I really want to do, but I just want to make sure, by all means, call us 0800 334 5784. That's what our team are here for, to make sure that it's the right thing. We will candidly tell you, that if it's not right, or if it's not for you at this point in time. Someone said, if I don't manage to complete all the assignments in this time, yes, well, life happens, unfortunately, things get in the way. We've had people who've had to emigrate and COVID and all these things. If for any reason we have a small number of people who need to extend, you can renew and extend your studies. It's £149 at the end of that 12 months, just to renew your tuition for another 6 months. So, you wouldn't get cut off. There's always flexibility, and we want to make sure we help our students as much as possible. If you just want to send an email to us, you can go onto the website, just search for Business Consort in Google, we're at the top, or search for the qualification, we're at the top. And there's a contact us button, you can chat through there, or you can ping us an email at inquiries@. I'm going to take some more questions, so I'm just going to stop the share now, and let's have a quick look through the chat. Okay, Elaine. Based in UK, communications manager for event supplier. Yeah, we've got lots of event suppliers on today, currently furloughed. Oh, like many people at the moment, unfortunately. Returning to marketing after career break and novice to digital marketing. I need to create and implement digital marketing strategy for the business over the next 6 months. No degree, sales and marketing. Really good background there. The great thing is that this qualification kind of goes hand in hand with those sorts of things, because one of the assignment briefs is to create a digital marketing plan, as you can imagine. So you start with your business, and you're using your own business or your chosen business for your assignments, and you're creating that assignment. So you can absolutely utilize that, in your current role. Someone said, can I use it for CV? Yeah, so a lot of our students, when they're going for jobs, obviously they say they're studying, but also when they do the assignments, they use it as a portfolio, as evidence to prove experience. Because if you're newer in digital marketing, it's quite hard to get your foot in the door with no experience. But you imagine you rock up with a qualification and also a portfolio of some work that you've done. It definitely stands you in good stead. One last question that's come in. If there's any more, please feel free. I'm here to answer anything. Now, if you're watching the replay, please pop it in the comments and absolutely make sure I cover this. Now, you will be getting a copy of everything that I have sent you. Now, if you're watching the replay, get in touch with us. If you've signed up on LinkedIn and we don't have your email, if you didn't register in the normal route, please just ping us your email address and we'll send you the PDF of everything I've gone through today. And then you can chat back and forward to us with any questions you have. So I think we've answered everything. It has been lovely to meet you all virtually, which is a thing now. So maybe I shall see you on the other side. I would love to have you on the diploma if you feel it's right for you. But as I say, any questions, any hesitations, get in touch and let's make that this, sure that this is the right route for you. And we can give you advice on, if another course is more suited, absolutely. So have a wonderful day and take care. And thank you so much for taking time out. I hope this has been enjoyable. Let me know in the comments if you've got any questions or just give me some feedback on today's session. That would be amazing. So take care, everyone, and have a lovely week.